stage Vasavi Chaka as well as Ayushi Trivedi. I'm Pat Merriweather, Argus, and this is a session on the humanitarian developments, the value of water, waste management, and hygiene to communities. And I'm going to start off with a story.
I don't have a presentation. I'm a presentation myself, so. Good morning, and good to see all your engineering students here. And the reason I insisted you should be here because this is the future of, you are the future of the country and the world. This topic, water and waste management, humanitarian efforts to sustain our ecosystem with clean water and clean air and rest of the resources. Before I get into the subject, let me tell you a story. I was born in this city but brought up in a very small village near Bhadrachalam, Lord Rama's place, a place called Dummagudam. It was a beautiful village and banks of Godavari River. And when I was 3 years old, my father taught me how to swim. And we have like very forceful currents of the water there. And he used to lift me and put me under that water. I enjoyed it so much, and I swam 2 hours a day until I left the village. I was 15 when I left the village after I finished my 10th grade. That picture is still in my mind. Fresh water, you can drink from the river directly, and you feel very hungry because the water is so good, and it just maintains your digestive system so well. And then I came to Hyderabad. First time I have seen how waste management and water management can impact the quality of a normal person. You don't have to have money and you don't have to have large buildings and all that, but if you do not have quality of water and if you do not have good waste management system, you can see the things which are ugly everywhere. Especially for women like us, maintaining the sanitary napkins, for example. That is, it was undescribable experience for me. And I saw like, why can't we have some more effective, this is like not a very palatable subject, but it is very, very necessary. I left India 32 years ago. There are a lot of changes happened. One of the things are Swachh Bharat initiation. My village, 100%, they have toilets now. Nobody goes out to the fields or somewhere else. And that was a huge, huge development I see in the humanitarian efforts. The second thing, I was born and brought up in a family where my entire family given their service to the country. My grandfather was a freedom fighter. He worked along with Gandhi. And I never seen him, but I heard a lot of stories. And my father always used to describe my grandfather as a great humanitarian. And I never understood what that means. Then when I left India and gone to US and started working organizations like Rotary and Lions Club and other Chinmaya Mission, the volunteerism we do, voluntary hours we put, we call Seva. There is a saying in Telugu, Manava Seva, Madhava Seva, means the service you provide to the humanity is the service you provide to the God. Those are the prayers. So it was amazing to me. Then I suddenly realized what it is to be a humanitarian. Mother Teresa and all these people, why did they sacrifice their life for the greater cause? That calling has been there with me ever since I left motherland. And I adopted America as my karma bhumi, the land of action. I learned so much from the country. The technology, sustainable infrastructure, and the way they manage things, and the rules and regulations, the policies which shape the services, all these things. But one thing I noticed is lacking is the grassroots efforts of instilling value-based education to the children. So I'm going to talk about that grassroots efforts today. We heard a lot of professionals here, and they are much more qualified than me, but my only one goal in life is to, whoever I come in touch with, I want to tell them the value of value-based education when you are a child. You are all going to be mothers one day. It is your great responsibility to bring those children with that type of responsibility. I'm going to take maybe a little more time, but this is very, very important. All the initiatives we heard since yesterday morning, if you do not have this humanitarian efforts to inculcate value-based living in the young generation, it's going to be wasted because they do not understand. Yesterday, Honorable Governor Tamilisai explained how she was brought up, not wasting water when you are washing your hands, and taking bath with no chemical soaps, so the water can be used for the agriculture or for the plants. So those are very small things, and they may look like nonsense to the people who are in the urban areas. That is not so. Just think about it. Close your eyes and think you do not have a drop of water to drink. You are so thirsty. Outside it's a scorching heat, and nowhere you can see a drop of water. What's going to happen? If we do not take care of our planet, it's going to happen. I mean, there is so much uproar about climate change, global warming. You cannot stop that happening, but you can make the process slow down. How are you going to do that? First initiative, you need to follow the Swachh Bharat initiative. It's each and one of everybody is responsible for their own well-being. If you do not take care of your health, your body is wasted, and whatever intelligence you have, without strong body, you cannot use your intelligence. I'm just going to talk in very common sense way of doing things. I'm a STEM student, and I didn't know what glass ceiling was, because I literally don't know. Today also I don't know, because I don't see any ceiling being a female. And my father raised us like that. We are 4 sisters and 2 brothers. There was no difference between raising my 2 brothers and 4 of us. And if I asked my dad, I want to go to the moon, he would say, okay, you can go, but this is the path to go. You need to study, you have to be physically fit, and you have to be an astronaut, then you have to be selected to that. He wouldn't say, are you crazy? He never said that. So I didn't know for answer for anything. If I want to do this, there is a way to do it. And being a mother, I do not teach the gender difference between my son and daughter. I tell him, my son, this is your sister, you respect and you protect her, and I tell the same thing to my daughter, this is your brother, love him and protect him. No matter what differences you have, you need to be a family. Every mother should say that to their children. And if the mother instills that value, the gender gap, mother only the person can close it. Why are we just going to the national platforms and screaming about female rights and this rights and that rights? And as a mother, tell the father, put some common sense into his head. These are our children. It doesn't matter. When they were like taken life inside me, There is no gender. So why this difference? The gender difference should be here. You know? And don't ever accept you are a girl. You are a person with intelligence. You are wearing modern clothes in today, you know. So they are not interested in learning that. Anyway, so don't ever let anyone say you are a girl, you can't do that. Why can't you do it? I mean, if you are doing everything, like if you go to pubs and drinking shots and dancing all night, why can't you do the same thing what the other guys are doing, engineering and construction or innovation and all these kind of things? Don't ever let anybody say you are a girl, you can't do it, including your parents. Politely tell them, I have potential to do these things. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, inspire your next generation to take social responsibility. The social responsibility comes with value-based education. You need to learn how to take care of the planet. Tell every child when they attend the day one school, plant a small plant and take care of it. Tell them put the waste into a waste basket, not throw everywhere. That is their responsibility. And the parents will take care of like how to manage that waste and water and whatever. And tell them this is your planet. You are not a citizen of India. You are a global citizen. We are all connected. There is no different country and continent. You are all connected. Your problem is a global problem. Global problem is your problem. So you need to think in that sense. When you go back to your class, when you are listening, don't study for the exams. Just study for how I can make a difference. As a civil engineer, what is the solution I can bring to the country or my community? How can you be a value-added person or citizens to this country? Don't wait somebody to come and do the Swachh Bharat or something else. Just do this. And social responsibility is the one which will solve many of the problems. That is the social responsibility equal to humanitarian effort. So with that said, I have a lot to share, but keeping the time in mind, I will, if you have any questions, I will answer them later. But first, Aishi will share her thoughts on humanitarian efforts.